We are just a few days away from the Tata IPL 2024 season number 17, and the IPL fever is red hot. It's the Royal Challengers Bangalore today, ladies and gentlemen, whom we're going to speak about. I have two special Bangalore fans out here, one from Kolkata, one from Bangalore itself. Rohan, welcome to the show, and also Utsav, welcome to the show for the first time as an RCB fan. How confident are you representing RCB this season as well? Let me tell you, 16 seasons, no trophy yet. But as always, belief is there that RCB can turn things around. How confident are you this season?
So the thing is, as an RCB fan who has been following the side for a long time, the thing that we all need to sit down and think about is what do we actually want? Do we want us to win for once, or do we want to build a system that keeps on winning, just like the successful teams in the IPL? When I say successful teams, all I mean is Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings, who have won 5 trophies each. That means out of 15, 16, like 2 out of 3 seasons are won by Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings. So the odds of RCB winning it without having a system is not just 1 in 10, but 1 in 24 if you bring out the probability. So I think, more than winning the cup this season, it will be trying to build a system which, so far the franchise has failed to do.
Okay, so a lot of maths we have just come out here with. Rohan, I'll come to you when it comes to performing at the right stage. Does it really mean that when it comes to having a balanced squad? Do you really have that this season?
Yeah, I mean, since the time inception of IPL, RCB always has been this batting heavy kind of a powerhouse that's always been. As Utsav rightly said, there needs to be a balance. Successful teams like MI and CSK have that balance across all departments. RCB being batting heavy, they're always over reliant on that department to perform and bail out the other weaker section. So when there is that kind of a discrepancy there, always your results will be mixed. You can't have consistency, which is what makes Mumbai or a CSK more better, or chances of winning high pressure games is always higher probability, as he said. So for RCB to do well as a fan, or as just an even a neutral spectator, you want a balanced system and a balanced team in there, even with some good replacements available. That's when the team's performance will be much more better, or else this will be kind of that mixed bag season, always so near yet so far kind of.
Correct. Yeah, that's very important when you said so yeah yet so far. We'll start proceedings with the buys that the Royal Challengers Bangalore have made in the IPL Auction 2024. And here comes the six players rather. Alzari Joseph, 11.5 crores. Does he justify the price tag? Utsav, I'll come to you because till a margin you guys went for Mitchell Stark, if I'm not mistaken. So does
Pat
Alzari
Cummins.
Joseph? Pat Cummings was it? Okay, it was Pat Cummings till a margin
I
you
actually
went
wanted
for.
to add that Pritham, the one whom we missed out, because of that only we got a couple of others here.
Absolutely correct. So, does Joseph justify the price tag according to his name and his performances?
Just after the auction, I was just trying to find out what the thinking could be, and it took me hours and hours to come up with something. So the thing is, if we would have gotten Pat Cummins, the entire theory that I am going to say right now would not mean anything. So the thing is, last year, at Chinnaswamy Stadium, Mohammad Siraj played 7 games and had an economy of 7.1. So the thing is, Siraj was bowling hit the deck throughout the death overs at Chinnaswamy, and I guess that could be the theory behind having Alzari Joseph. I don't think we should be comparing the players on the basis of their price tag, because even I don't think Mitchell Stark would be able to like justify his 24 CR package.
Okay, but Rohan, I'll come to you. My personal favorite, if you come to a little bit of between Alzari Joseph and Lockie Ferguson, I would rather go for a Lockie Ferguson when it comes to IPL experience as well. But you also have a Tom Curran, very good dead bowler as well. How do you place these overseas pacers? You need to have at least one supporting Mohammad Siraj.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's where the Achilles heel is for RCB in general, the death over bowling. And that's where we lagged, and the finishing touches weren't there. I mean, you can't always rely on someone like Mohammad Siraj, because we have seen him, he can just destroy a top order with his opening spell itself. So that kind of leaves us a short at the death. So someone like Lockie Ferguson, he's a pretty good death bowler, as you said. Good Yorker, good knuckleball, slow ones, which are pretty much the traits that are required for modern day cricket. And Alzari Joseph, someone from the West Indies, I've always been a huge fan, because these guys give that wholehearted effort, man. I mean, whatever happens, they'll hit that deck, give that 140 plus, and that's the kind of X factor you need at times to support a Siraj kind of a bowler. So Joseph will give you that kind of a stability that is required for Siraj to also go attack at the other end. Ferguson gives us a different skill. So whom they choose will depend on the conditions as well as the opposition that will be they'll be playing against. I think they'll keep toggling with Joseph and Ferguson depending. Tom Curran, I'm still not sure about his availability. I know he's a pretty good death bowler and stuff, but Indian conditions still not so well proven. That's the X factor I feel across Tom Curran. I'm not sure whom the replacement they'll be going after. I know Sussex is in Bangalore currently playing a 2-day game and a T20. Certain Jofra Archer is in the radar, is what I heard. So I'm not sure about his fitness going by the standards that we have seen so far. But there has been rumors going on that Jofra may be in the radar for RCB.
Please be careful of the England players when it comes to
Yeah,
IPL
man.
contracts because the Kolkata Knight Riders and the Delhi
Yeah.
Capitals are currently suffering. Maybe that the Royal Challengers Bangalore may follow on. But the two cheap buys, I might say, Swapnil Singh and Saurav Chauhan, Rohan as well, if you can justify, are they really good talents when it comes to having part of the
Sora
RCB?
Chan, pretty good because one area that last year also RCB was a bit tentative was the wicket keeping option. DK didn't quite fire so well. Anuj Rawat still very young, raw. So I think that's where Sohrab Chauhan was brought in. He's a good power hitter for Gujarat. Occasional keeper. I won't say he's a full time keeper, but he can keep a little bit. I mean, end of the T20s, you don't have such a X factor reliance on the wicket keepers. So he can do a job, but thing is, will he get a game? Will be the question mark. Whether they try out DK and Anuj only if they fail regularly, only then he'll be in the pecking order. Swapnil Singh, decent left arm spinner, decent bat too, has a good domestic record recently. But I was very impressed with someone like Yash Dayal, good left arm
Yeah.
seamer. I know GT people may associate him with that 5 6s which Rinku hit, but apart from that, he had a very good season for GT. Even when they won the previous season,
Yes.
he delivered them along with Alzar and
Correct.
Joseph. I think those two were the key for them picking up wickets up front as well as in the middle overs. I think Yash Dayal gives you that. I just saw him in the warm ups and I think he was bowling pretty good 140 145 plus regularly and swinging the ball. So in Chennaswamy there will be some movement early on. Someone like a left arm angle there will be always a plus point for RCB this time.
Okay, so that's a good thing because I always like this bowler. It's just that one over of Rinku Singh and things became different. But yes, that sums up the six players RCB has got in the IPL auction. Captaincy material, Faf Du Plessis. What about his leadership? Always a top notch when it comes to leadership. Has been for South Africa. Last season was in and out because of his injury. We saw the brilliance of Virat Kohli as a captain as well. When it comes to leadership, Utsav, you expect best from Faf Du Plessis. But when it comes to the batsman, Faf Du Plessis, do you expect more responsibility?
Well, definitely the age is not on his side, but I don't think the fitness, even lets us think about his age. And even at the age of 39, this bloke gave us a 735 run season.
Yeah.
I mean, he was at his all time best in the last season. Currently, the form is a little on and off, but in the later stages of the SA20, he got his form back. He scored some runs. The captain Faf Du Plessis, there is no doubt about it. A very good captain, very
Correct.
experienced.
Okay, and Rohan, coming to you once again, do you expect Virat Kohli to go bonkers at the top of the order with Faf Du Plessis being that anchor kind of a player?
Yeah, I think it'll be like both will start out. Whoever has a good day going, I think they'll be the accelerator, and the other will be dropping
Okay.
anchor. I feel. I think that's how they'll manage among themselves. But important thing is Faf is a pretty calm character, man. Coming from the CSK background, I think along with the MSD touch, that I think that kind of has rubbed off on his captaincy skills. Also, we saw that as Utsav said in the SA20, he was pretty calm and composed under a lot of pressure when his form was not quite coming good at the initial half. Later on, he just exploded beautifully and shown his class. That's what Faf Du Plessis is. I'm seriously hoping that along with Virat, they'll have a good rapport going and show some more fireworks at the Chinnaswamy.
Absolutely, really hopeful that Faf comes out big this time. Like he has always been, but last season was an in and out for Faf Du Plessis, the batsman. And like Yutsav has mentioned, he has given the 700 plus runs as well. But age is just a number for him. But yes, that sums up the captaincy of Faf Du Plessis. Coming to the squad, the first four players: Faf Du Plessis, Virat Kohli, Rajat Patidar, and Shreyas Prabhudesai. Rajat Patidar, what a massive boost he has been for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Unfortunately, was not there last season due to injury. Rohan, how important is number three for him this season?
Huge, man. I mean, that guy is a big match player. I know people may troll him and stuff for the recent performance in the Test cricket, but again, that's Test cricket. Red ball cricket is completely
Red
different.
ball cricket, yeah.
Yeah, he had a bit of bad luck also, you can say, getting out to some long hops basically and unlucky dismissals here and there. But at the end of the day, he's a class player. We have seen him in domestic cricket as well as in IPL. He's a pretty good player of fast bowling. I think in the recent pitches were a bit more slowish for his likings. So T20s, I think it will be up his alley. The pitches will be good, true bouncy ones, and he can hit through the line. So Patidar is, we have seen him in the white ball set up also in Team India recently in the ODIs in South Africa. Is looking pretty good there also. So I think Patidar coming in will give that little bit of extra stability and a bit of a cover also to someone like Virat and Faf, that we have enough batting to follow, so they can be a bit more aggressive in the power plays as well. Suresh Prabhu Desai, I'm not sure will be a sure starter. He may be used more as an impact player here and
Impact,
there,
yeah.
but he's an excellent fielder that we have seen. So Prabhu Desai also had a pretty good domestic form coming into this season. I feel for Goa, I think a couple of double hundreds there. Again, that's Ranji Trophy, but he's an excellent white ball player. Also, good innovative shots we have seen. Let's see how he performs this time.
Okay, and the remaining two players, Faf Du Plessis, you have already said. Utsav, coming to you, King Kohli has not been around the cricketing fraternity for the past 1 month, I guess. But yes, uh, a little bit of question mark has arisen about his T20 form and the T20 World Cup as well. Do you think he need to really show something of his skills to prove that he is a class T20 player?
Not really. The name justifies the onus.
Absolutely
Like Virat Kohli has given consistently 500, 600 run season. The season he got 400 runs, that was considered to be his worst. So
correct.
I expect nothing but the best from Virat Kohli, and I guess he will deliver. I don't think there is much of a debate about his position in the T20 World Cup. Obviously, he deserves to be there. Apart from that, the one thing that we suffered from a lot in the last season was the batting depth. Apart from
Yeah.
Faf, Virat, and Maxwell, nobody else could come out firing. Patidar's inclusion will be a massive boost along with Cameron Green. And if Dinesh Karthik fires, then the batting lineup looks pretty solid.
So you're hinting towards the Dinesh Karthik ahead of an Anuj Rawat. We'll come to
Yeah.
that. But Suyash Prabhu Desai, as well as for you, impact there to look out for?
He was given a couple of chances last time, and he looked pretty decent. Plays unorthodox shots. Still very inexperienced. The kind of shots he was playing last time around, didn't quite come up
Correct.
with the situation. Like the situation was something else, and he was playing some weird kind of shots that could not come out. That did not work well. But again, should be given another chance this season as an impact player.
Okay, so you're sticking to impact player of Suyash Prabhu Desai. Rajat Patidar, no introduction. I'm very much excited to see because a couple of or two or three test matches cannot justify his form. But just like Rohan mentioned, that is red ball cricket. This is white ball cricket. It's the IPL, and I think he's going to come all guns blazing at number 3. Virat Kohli, Faf Du Plessis. These two players will have a cushion when it comes to Rajat Patidar number 3. They can play freely. They don't have to rely on that. After this, we have a Maxwell and we do not have anybody. You have an addition of Cameron Green. We'll come to that. Moving on to the next 4 players, there is Glenn Maxwell, Mahipal Lamro, Will Jacks, and Cameron Green. I'll start things with Cameron Green. Rohan, a very big addition. You just wanted to speak about him when it comes to the IPL buys. But is it that, are you happy that he's part of the squad, or is it that this guy helped Hardik Pandya go to a Mumbai Indians?
That's what I think. MI fans will be more happier for him than RCB fans. Because he kind of ate into that budget that we are looking forward to, picking some good bowlers, which is what was the requirement at the top of the list that we were looking at the market, you can say. But Cam Green, yes, end of the day, he's an all-rounder, but a gun-in-form player. I think we just saw in the recent series was New Zealand. That guy was hammering it, man. And that guy, 6.5 feet, I think, big, strong guy in a small ground like Chinnaswamy. I think he just put his front foot and just deposit balls across the boundary, I feel. So Cam Green is a good trade-off. End of the day, you just play with him, but it's a good all-round option. He can give you that third seamer role also, and big guy, can field in any positions. We generally seen him the gully for Australia in the Test series, but ODIs also, I think in white ball cricket he's a decent fielder. I think Cam Green's role, I'm not sure. I think the management was more like let him play at number 5 or something, give that power hitting role at the end. But he's kind of a guy that you can float him up the order as well at opening your number 3. So he'll create more impact there. I feel as the season progresses, RCB may just look at giving him a different role than what they start with. I think that's where we'll see the real potential of Cam Green. I think even at MI when he was there, I think when he opened, that's when his true colors were seen, and the kind of the big hype that was created. I think we saw, the whole world saw what Cam Green was about. So I think Cam Green, how well he delivers may just define what RCB season may look like.
Okay, and just because you have a Rajat Patidar at number 3, Cam Green, is he a number 4 or a number 5? Because you also have a Glenn Maxwell into the squad.
Maxi, I think again he's a kind of floater, man. That guy's a maverick. You don't know what's going to happen with him. And just look at it for if you see hypothetically, first game is in Chennai. So
Yeah.
in a slowish pitch, how well Maxwell may adapt to someone like a Ravindra Jadeja or a Tikshana is a question mark. That's
Yeah.
where if Cam Green can come in and kind of help him out, that will be better. Whereas on good batting pitches across the country, I think Max will be more dangerous. So we need to see where who will be more dangerous than just go by your reputation and image that generally RCB do follow. So if they can kind of make sure everyone's at the perfect time and batting orders, I think that will be more useful for them. But we have seen what he did in the World Cup, right, against
Yeah.
Afghanistan spinners. That was once in a lifetime double hundred to win that game, man,
Correct.
from out of nowhere. So that's the kind of things we can see from Maxwell. Reverse hits, switch hits, whatever, and all those funky stuff. But he's also a decent bowler. He can chip in with a
Correct.
couple of overs here and there, and so Maxwell's all-round importance will be higher in this season, I feel.
Okay, all-round capability for both Maxwell and Cameron Green is crucial. What's up, the remaining two players? Mahipal Lamror, another player to look out for in the impact subs, probably. And Will Jacks, just like you mentioned, SAT20 was phenomenal for the Pretoria Capitals, but no fit as of now. But is he a backup of Faf Du Plessis?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he will be a backup for Faf Du Plessis. And if Cameron Green doesn't come out firing, maybe he will be the replacement for Cameron Green, because another explosive batsman, not quite the fast bowling overseas player, but he can give you overs from off spin. So I think a better replacement for Cameron Green over Faf Du Plessis. But anyways, whoever gets injured, I think the first person to fill in the slot will be Will Jacks. Apart from that, obviously a great talent, Will Jacks. I hope his potential is realized in RCB and not in Kings 11 Punjab or any other franchise that he goes after this. Apart from that, Mahipal Umror, this guy looked like a very bright talent when he was in Rajasthan Royals, and I was very excited when we picked him up in the auctions, but didn't quite come out well in the last season. As I said, that apart from Virat, Maxwell, and Faf Du Plessis, nobody else seemed to fire, and with the ball, it was Siraj
Correct.
and maybe a Wayne Parnell. Apart from that, a very talented person, talented player. I hope he gets a bit of opportunities here and there, or maybe the best case scenario for RCB would be starting with a playing 11 and an impact sub and finding the right combination in the very first match against CSK.
Okay.
Cameron Green is something that I would like to talk about a bit.
Yeah.
17 crores. When it happened, it did not seem like it did not leave a very good taste. If a person like Cameron Green was available for trade, if not RCB, any other side would have picked him up. The kind of
Correct.
skill set this guy brings in, the batter, the aggressive batsman who can bat at the top at 3, 4, 5, 6, you name it all. He can give you his services wherever you want, and can give 4 overs of bowling as well. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with getting Cameron Green. Just remove the price tag, and this might be a little controversial maybe, but I do like the squad that we have this time.
Okay, so that's not a controversy. That's a good belief that you must have for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Even Rohan has a big smile on his face. But these four players as well, I think, sums it up because Maxwell as a whole, very dangerous. Just like Rohan gave an example of what he can do versus Afghanistan at Wankhede Stadium, he did. Cameron Green, that just sets up the batting order for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Pretty heavy, pretty attacking as well. That's a good thing. And then you can have a wicket-keeping batsman that can come and follow on. Then Mahipal Lamro, somebody to look out for, I think, as an impact player, to be very honest. And a Will Jacks, you said, would be a backup of Cameron Green. Very interesting because if you have a Cameron Green backup as Will Jacks, where do you slot him in? Then Will Jacks had to bat in the middle order. That's somewhere you need to figure out. But yes, looks a good side, but we will see what happens on the field itself. Now comes to the lower down the order section, the two wicket keepers. You have to make a choice, I guess. But Utsav, I'll come to you first. Is you have just little bit of hinted towards Dinesh Karthik. Why not Anuj Rawat? He was promising last season.
He was definitely promising last year, but the thing is, I find Anuj Rawat to be a very technical batsman, and I do not see him as a finisher who can do it in the long run. So I think
Yep.
Anuj Rawat, if he gets the chance, should bat up the order rather than as a finisher, because yes, he gave us results last year, but I don't know how consistent he can be at that position.
Okay. And Rohan, coming to you, very good point Utsav has mentioned. But
Yeah.
my only point asking about the choice between Anuj Rawat and Dinesh Karthik is that if you have, like we discussed about the top five or top six, all are right-handers.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind to go. You won't think of going to a left-hander, is it? Okay.
Again, depends what kind of opposition they'll be playing against. Right, if there is a left arm spinner who will be bowling up front, I think that's always been a problem area for either Faf or Virat, that kind of struggle to put the ball away from the square against a left arm spinner at any position, I feel. So that's where Anuj Rawat can come in and give those big hittings, hopefully, as a left-hander there to attack. I think that's where it will be crucial. But I'm not sure if he can start just because he's a left-hander. Someone like a Maxi may just switch around left-handed and take him apart also. So that's an option that RCB can look at. But Anuj Rawat kind of didn't quite fire this domestic season. He was pretty much below par. Last season, at least, he had some form coming into it, and a couple of some excellent shots that we saw in flickering display. I think last game or something, he scored a 40 odd against I'm not sure who, but he looked good. But the problem with RCB is the consistency of giving a player a chance. I think once they're secure, I think that's when the real potential of these players can be shown. If you keep chopping and changing, I think that stability will be missed, and the talents may not prosper as such. So that's where some good senior players can mentor him well, either a DK or someone there in the coaching staff as well. I think that's when Anuj Rawat can blossom into a better player at any position, I feel.
Okay, and the remaining two players, Rohan, Swapnil and Manoj.
Swapnil Singh to start with, I'll say, very experienced guy. I think he was part of that initial Virat Kohli under 19 kind of a setup there. From there, he was there playing. That's when I had heard of him first up, but unfortunately, he didn't quite make that squad, if I'm not wrong. But excellent left arm spinner. I think he applied his trade at TNPL also for a few seasons for Madurai. I think he played left arm spin. Decent batting ability, but I think these guys were picked there because of a certain role on certain pitches where they may offer you that kind of a spinning option, which is missing
According to
throughout
conditions.
yeah, based on conditions, basically, like a Chennai or Kotla previously, not now. I'm not sure with the kind of a batting beauty that's up there.
Yeah.
So certain kind of pitches, or old Kolkata when Eden used to spin a lot with the trio of spinners that he carries to unleash. So such some kind of pitches is what I think he was mainly picked for. I'm not sure how many games he may get a go, but I was pleasantly happy that they finally picked a local player in Manoj Bandage. That guy has been exceptional form throughout this white ball season for Karnataka. He's a good all-rounder. He's a kind of guy that he'll say, give me the ball, I'll bowl that last over also. He may get hit for 20 runs, but he's the kind of guy a captain will require to say, if it's a going get stuff, I am there, boss, I'll help you out. So Manoj Bandage, I feel, can have a very good breakout season if he's used well at the right position. His power rating is what I feel will be the differentiator for him this season.
Absolutely. If you look into his strike rate, he has a very good strike rate. So lower down the order, just like we discussed ahead, Prabhu Desai, he can be like a competitor for Prabhu Desai's Manoj Mandage. And Swapnil Singh, like you mentioned, vast experience, has played a lot of T20 games as well. Good economy, has a very good figure as well. So that experience of a left arm spinner, because you do not have a Shahbaz Ahmed this time. So I think that can be a good replacement going for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Now moving on to the spinning section. You've got a Mayank Dagar who has been swapped for a Shahbaz Ahmed. Karan Sharma, I think he's definitely going to lead the spin bowling unit. Then you have a Saurav Chauhan and Himanshu Sharma. Good stuff coming to you, especially the two spinners. If you can sum it up, how important are they for the Royal Challengers Bangalore?
Yeah, I guess spin is the department that we have barely gotten anything this time. Probably the worst spin attack in this IPL. No disrespect to the players, but the other teams are much better. Mayank Dagar, I'm really excited to see him play. I saw him the last time we played Sunrisers Hyderabad. I think he was in the playing 11 as well. Known for his yo-yo test score, a gun fielder, great.
मजा आया और मैं ये जो मजा है हिंदुस्तान के हर व्यक्ति को देना चाहता हूं.
Save you runs while fielding, a good bowler as well. Can be handy with the bat as well. So a proper replacement of Shahbaz Ahmed. So I kind of see him in the playing 11.
Okay. And Rohan, coming to you, a little bit of them, just like you had a big smile when it comes to the yo-yo test for Mayank Dagar. But Himanshu Sharma and Saurav Chauhan as well.
As I was saying, he's kind of a backup third wicket keeper there. Basically, he's a very good power hitter from Gujarat. Good season he had in the lower age group cricket. I think that's very kind of impressed everyone, the scouting people. So let's see. I'm not sure how much game time he may be seen, but kind of a good option to invest in maybe in the future. But Karan Sharma, I think everybody has always been that hype going on that he's going to win you championships and stuff. But I'm not sure the kind of impact that he has done for RCB. He bowled a little bit here and there, but you saw he was a bit rusty, I felt. You know, there was not enough game time leading up to that IPL. How much you practice games and all you play, good first class cricket game time you play. I think that's where you develop your fitness also. That match fitness was a bit missing. I feel not sure how many more seasons you can carry on with that kind of effort only when you play just the IPL and a very little bit of domestic cricket here and there. Mayank Thakur, as Utsav rightly said, known for his yo-yo test. I think it's higher than Virat Kohli at one point. I'm not sure what's the recent score and stuff, but you compared him with someone like Shabaz. Shabaz, I felt, was a slightly better batter. Mayank is a slightly better bowler, I feel. Though they may be all-rounder role, I think he'll be more like a bowling all-rounder. Shabaz more batting all-rounder.
Okay, that sums up these four players as well very much. Thank you to both of you. Now going to the pace attack. This is where you need to have your think tanks ready. Akashdeep has just recently got an Indian Test cap. Your Mohammad Siraj is definitely going to lead the pace attack. I spoke about Lockie Ferguson, Yash Dayal as well. Utsav, if you have given a choice, I still have four more overseas pacers as well. But out of these four, how many do you pick apart from Mohammad Siraj directly in your playing 11?
Apart from Mohammad Siraj, I think there will be one overseas fast bowler. It can either be Reece Topley to start with, or Alzari or Lockie Ferguson.
Okay.
Apart from that, for the Indian fast bowler, we have more options than we have ever had. Vishak Vijay Kumar has been doing wonders for Karnataka
Correct.
with the bat and the ball. Like he just scored a Ranji Trophy century. Apart from that, even Yash Dayal is doing quite like he has given quite a few knocks with the bat as well, along with his bowling. I am not sure what is the current form of Yash Dayal, but apart from him, Vishak Vijay Kumar and Akashdeep have been in red hot forms. Akashdeep for India in Test cricket and Vishak for Karnataka in the Ranji Trophy. So whoever is doing great in the training camps probably should get a go. Like it's very difficult for me to pick one out of the three. All three of them
Okay.
are doing pretty good.
Okay, so Rohan, coming to you, same question again. So he is picking a Reece Topley, but not a Yash Dayal. So if you have to pick a Yash Dayal, then you can automatically go for a right arm overseas pacer.
I think that's where I think the toggling will happen is if Reece Topley plays, yes, Dayal won't play because he'll be your left arm seamer to start with. So they'll fall back on Alzari Joseph there. If only if Alzari plays, I think yes, Dayal can come in. I think that's how the balance will be put in. Of course, Mohammad Siraj will be a sure starter. We need to see those sure celebrations more. But Akash Deep is pretty much a good back of a length kind of a bowler. I think he needs a bit of conditions also to be more effective. I think his white ball skill still needs a bit of upgradation to be successful in IPL, I feel. But he's a good prospect. Has been a real workhorse for Bengal. I know, along with Mukesh, he and Ishan Porel brought laurels to Bengal in Ranji Trophy cricket. I think he's a very good, hard-working trier. But in white ball cricket, still a work in progress, I feel. Lockie, I think, as we spoken earlier, pretty much has got the T20 skill sets, just like how Siraj, Eshdayal, or Ferguson or Alzari plays. We need that backup speed. I think that's where, as Utsav rightly said, Vaishak Vijay Kumar, and he'll be a bit of a Harshal Patel kind of look-alike, you can say. All those off-cutters into the pitch, use the boundaries there to get caught out in the boundary line. I think that's where someone like Vaishak Vijay Kumar can be your trustworthy and a death bowler as well. As rightly said, Utsav, he's improved his batting skills also, got a first class 100 recently, so he can be a little bit of a power hitter at the fag end of the innings, I feel.
And even Tom Curran, you said early on that I don't think so. He will be part of the squad when it comes to his fitness. Don't know about his injury update. And even Rajat Kumar, if you can speak about these two players, please.
Rajan Kumar has been, someone we have been hearing a lot about. I don't know why, but when it comes to RCB, like every single player, the fans are aware of, and apparently this guy clocks 145,
Is it?
every now and then. So a very very talented prospect, and will be very very eager to see him play. But I don't think that he'll be the starter. The last time in the season opener against Mumbai Indians, Akashdeep got this chance along with Mohammad Siraj and Reece Topley. So I like we might just go with a similar fast bowling attack this time as well. For Tom Curran, honestly, I am not quite sure about his current form. I think he has done fairly well in the 100. Had a few disciplinary issues in the Big Bash League,
Yeah,
got
correct.
suspended, and then now there is injury concerns as well. So I will be happy, like if he doesn't show up. Like again, English players, so many English players have backed out of the tournament already. So if Tom Curran backs out as well, then I think we might go with Jason Holder as a replacement. I don't mind having Jason Holder in the squad.
Okay. That's a very strong point. But Rohan, your face shows that you're not much keen about the Jason Holder into that squad. But If you have to go for a replacement, you have a Sean Abbott as well, like replacement probably. But do you fancy going for an West Indian? You already have a West Indian, but another West Indian of Jason Holder?
Not sure, man. Jason Holder's T20 bowling isn't up to the skill set at all. I feel he's pretty much a guy whom you can just clobber all places, man. He was pretty much below par for Rajasthan Royals when they did also, and previously to Sunrisers. But I think his cricket has kind of gone downhill. Yeah, you can say a tall guy can just use those long levers at the back end of the innings, but not sure if he'll be a sure starter at this point of time in the IPL. I think that's why he was mainly unsold, I felt. But still a huge question mark on Tom Curran, as he said, the disciplinary issues and all those things kind of brings a bad image also. So not sure how much RCB, as he said, fans will be hoping that he's unfit is what you can say rightly. But let's see how it goes about. Not sure who the replacement, as you said, Sean Abbott, or as the things are going about Jofra, or I'm not sure who comes in, because Lancashire as well as Sussex are in Bangalore. So who will impress the scouts? I'm not sure, man, how it goes. Some wild picks also maybe chances there. Let's see how it goes.
Correct.
Man, Jofra
Okay,
Archer
so
as a
that sums
replacement
up.
of Tom Curran is something unbelievable.
No, can you just imagine the fan following explosion that can happen with the Cam Green, Glenn Maxwell, and Jofra there? I think RCB as it is a social media number one kind of a thing, but this may just skyrocket it, because generally RCB likes those big names to
Yeah.
put their marketing thing higher up. So you never know with these kind of picks how it will work out. Not sure on the field, but off the field definitely.
And if you
Sure.
go on the field as well, Rohan, if you have a Jofra Archer, you can see a pace attack of Jofra Archer from one end and Mohammad Siraj from other end. So much fireworks can come in from both the ends. But yes, that sums up the squad for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Thank you to both of you. We now go to the SWOT analysis, which I have done for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. The strength, I think, is definitely the destructive top four now, with Rajat Patidar has been added amongst the mix in the playing 11. Lack of left-handed batsmen, which I've always said, and I think that could be a problem for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. When it comes to the opportunity, Cameron Green has to justify his price tag. If you keep aside his price tag, they don't justify his talent, because he has been red hot form for Australia in recent past. And when it comes to thread, Mia Bhai with the new ball, I think Akashdeep, I am predicting Akashdeep and Mohammad Siraj to start with the new ball. That can be a dicey, but definitely Mohammad Siraj with the new ball will be very threatening. Rohan, you can sum up the SWOT analysis for you. Any inputs for you?
I mean, strengths, as you rightly said, man. Destructive top four. I think on add number 5 also, if Cam Green bats there along with Maxwell, and that will be the most destructive top order in the entire IPL. Pretty much, I'm guaranteed on that. So strength, I think, has always been since the inception of IPL. RCB's strength, that batting order and the firepower. Problem will come at weakness, as you said, not just left-handed batsmen. I feel a good leg spinner. A wrist spinner in modern T20 cricket is pretty much essential. RCB has missed out on that, especially since Hasrangal left, Yuzi Chahal left. We didn't pick a proper leggy there. We didn't retain also. Having Karan Sharma or Himanshu Sharma, all those guys, unproven still at the big stage, you can say. I think a proper leg spinner there is what I think RCB will miss. Overall spin department in general is a bit weak, but especially if they had a quality leg spinner, I think that would have just added the touch a little bit more for them in terms of expectations. There would have been higher, but now I think because of that lack of leggy, that may just drop a bit. Opportunity, rightly said, I think Cam Green is what I feel will be there, but also, as I said, to reiterate my previous point, it may give a chance for some of these unproven local talents to come up and grab the chances where and whatever form or little bit of chances they get, they can prove a name for themselves, because end of the day, this is the last season and next season is a mega auction. So some may look at themselves like if they can be retained or not sure, but at least maybe got a buyback from the team following next season, or increase their price tag in the next auction because of the performance. I think that's where the opportunity will lie for some of these unproven talents. Threat, definitely new ball of Siraj. Akashdeep, I really hope he does well, because still is white ball. I'm a bit apprehensive. I really hope because of his hard work, he gets the best of whatever he does. But another threat I feel will be Alzari Joseph or Lockie Ferguson at the death, because that's been a problem area for us. If these guys can deliver along with Vaishak Vijay Kumar, I think that will just kind of give that perfect balance. The only missing jigsaw puzzle was that weakness. A quality spinner is what RCB is missing.
Absolutely, and you have just released Harshal Patel, so the dead bowling is even more difficult, because if the likes of Aljari Joseph or Lockie Ferguson can step up. There is nothing like it. But yes, the leg spin thing is, I'm absolutely agreed, and that can be another weakness. Any additions for you, Utsav, before we move on?
One thing we need to keep in mind is that the entire coaching staff has changed this time. Andy
Yeah.
Flower has come in along with Mohammad Bobat as the cricket director. Mike Hesson is out. I don't know for what reason. Apart from that, Neil McKenzie has come in as the batting coach. So I think the one thing that we resonate from Mo Bobat is that he was a part of the England squad in the 2019 World Cup. And one thing that we saw there was from number 1 to number 10 or number 11, everyone could bat. I think they have tried to make a squad something similar to that. Uh, even Hazari Joseph can swing, Vishak Vijay Kumar can swing, and I think the playing 11 will be something like the 10 players can bat and the 11th will be Mohammad Siraj, and we can have an impact that there will be 11 players who can bat. I think this is a really good squad. I think we might just make it to the top two, I guess.
Okay, so pretty much hopeful. We will come to the prediction sections very soon. But comes to the players to watch out for. Here's my 5 players for the Royal Challengers Bangalore: Faf Du Plessis, Virat Kohli, Glenn Maxwell, Cameron Green, and Lockie Ferguson. I think these are my 5 players. No surprises for the first 4 names, I guess. But Lockie Ferguson, I've got. Unfortunately, not a Mohammad Siraj, because he definitely is expected to play and come out big with the new ball. But coming to you, Rohan, any changes? You might just fancy Mohammad Siraj here or anybody else?
Yeah, I was looking at someone like Siraj because the kind of form that he has shown, Ferguson will depend on that overseas slot to get a decent run of games. But Siraj definitely, I think coming into RCB has developed a bit more in his white ball skills. Previously, we used to always see him as a good 4-day, 5-day format bowler. I think RCB kind of given him that kind of a second win to do well. So I hope Mohammad Siraj does well. I think someone who puts his entire effort and enjoys
Correct.
his fellow teammates' success as well, as we see in the recent England series as well. So someone like Mohammad Siraj is high for expectancy. I'll always watch out for how he does, because if he does well, I think he's a match winner on his own, man. Like all these guys are match winners, as Utsav said, that batting depth and all those things. What RCB is looking for is match winners. On their day, if one or two of them
Correct.
click, I think they'll win you a game for sure.
Absolutely, 100% agreed. And uh, this team looks good on paper, just like Utsav mentioned a few while ago. I think this year's squad is good enough, and we'll continue with that. Going to the strategy and gameplay for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, this is what I have predicted for the first 3 pointers. Win the toss and chase, because RCB has a very heavy batting depth. And going to point number 2, Faf Du Plessis to play the anchor role. And number 3 is Mohammad Siraj has to shine with the ball for RCB. Utsav, coming to you. Any agree, disagree when it comes to the strategy for RCB?
Win the toss and chase. Obviously, every team strategy would be this, but
Okay.
I have a stat with me which I don't know if many of you will believe. The last time RCB chased a 200 plus score successfully, it was back in 2010, before Chris Gayle, AB de Villiers, and Virat Kohli era. So we have just chased 200 plus successfully once, and that was back in 2010 when we played against Kings 11 Punjab. Jack Kallis scored some 80 odd runs, Manish Pandey, Robin Uthappa scored some runs, and a little bit of cameo by Virat Kohli. So I think we have been the chokers in the literal sense of the word. We have never ever chased 200 plus, even after having such a destructive batting lineup. Hopefully, I see that stat change so that I don't have to repeat the same thing again in some other podcast. Faf Du Plessis play the anchor role? Maybe not, because he batted with a 150 strike rate last time around, and that worked out pretty much well. And I think Virat would be playing the anchor role, which suits him. The day he piles up big runs, he has to play the anchor role. Faf Du Plessis will be the aggressor this time around as well.
Is he? I'm
Mohammad
sorry to
Siraj,
cut you, but Utsav, is it here where Rohan, just like you mentioned, amongst the openers, whoever has a better day will continue, and the person that's not clicking will play the anchor role?
absolutely. But the thing is, in the last IPL, we saw that Virat Kohli was taking his time to score runs. Even when he scored 20, like 20, 25, 30 runs, he was taking his deliveries. But
Okay.
Faf Du Plessis was the first person to go and strike the ball. So maybe
Okay.
this time around as well, Faf Du Plessis will be taking the aggressive role. Because the style that suits Virat the best is when he takes his time, gets settled, and when the time comes when he needs to up the strike rate, he does it very well. Yeah, and Mohammad Siraj shine with the new ball, obviously. Like the day Mohammad Siraj performs, the day Mohammad Siraj sees a yellow jersey, he rips them apart. So
Okay, with confidence, you just said at the end that when he sees the yellow jersey, he gives his heart and soul, I must tell you, when it comes to Virat Kohli's team. And that sums up the strategy and gameplay for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Moving on to the penultimate place where it is the 16 years of IPL positions for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. They have been more in a wave kind of a thing, up and down, up and down. But my question here, I'll start with Rohan first. Rohan, I'm giving you the responsibility in 2008 to 2015 and Utsav from 2016 to 2023. That is, can you tell me who were the captain over the years?
I think start with was Rahul Dravid, Kevin Peterson, and Anil Kumble came in. Then Dan Vettori was there. Then of course Virat Kohli took over, and Faf Du Plessis in between. Now also. So I think that's how it has gone throughout. But the best era I actually felt was that 2009 onwards when KP left and Anil Kumble took over. I think that kind of gave that solidity to RCB. I think the South Africans, Jacques Kallis, Mark Boucher, Roelof van der Merwe, all those guys kind of gelled really well into that unit. And after that, the Superman, when AB de Villiers came in, I think that kind of made magic to RCB. Until then, who were so near, you can say that was always in that bottom half. I think coming of ABD and of course the Universe boss when Chris Gale joined, I think those two kind of took it to a different level altogether, man. I think that's when the fan following kind of burst up. I think that's how the journey has been. But 2011 onwards, as soon as Chris Gale came in, I think that changed RCB's face. Of course, I think you need to add on our old owner when Mr. Vijay Mallya was there. I think that's when the real showmanship was there of RCB. I think we all miss him more the banks. I feel, but anyways. So let's see how it goes. That's been the journey, as you said, rightly up and down ever since the 2016 loss, which we lost to Hyderabad, which was almost there for the taking, man. I think that kind of was real beaten up moment for us. I think that's when the kind of slide started. But until then, RCB was always in that top 3 or 4 regularly.
Absolutely. I was about to ask the same question to Utsav. I'll still continue asking. 3 times RCB has played the finals, which is against Deccan Chargers, where Adam Gilchrist was there, versus Chennai Super Kings, where Ravichandran Ashwin got Chris Gale in the first over, and then came the Sunrisers Hyderabad at your own den. Which out of these 3 finals did you were really hopeful that it was all on the grasp, and then you were really heartbroken? I won't be surprised if you say 2016.
Obviously, I would have said 2016. Even though the 2009 and 2011 was not very close when we played Chennai Super Kings, but the Deccan Chargers one was also a close one. Anil Kumble played out of his skin, and obviously we were just one shot away from winning against Sunrisers Hyderabad. But again, Ben Cutting had some other ideas. Talking about the seasons from 2015 to 2023, the obviously the captain has been Virat Kohli, and when Virat was not available, it was AB de Villiers, and in the last few years, it has been Faf Du Plessis. The one thing I want from RCB very, very much is to bring some sort of a stability, with the players, with the Indian players, overseas players, and the management. I was very happy when we retained Dinesh Karthik this time. I know he had a very, very poor season last time around, but it is necessary to have at least one Indian player in there who has scored 1,000 runs apart from Virat. Like Virat has scored 7,000 runs, and after that, the second best is Rahul Dravid with some 890 runs, and then Devdutt Padikkal who played just 2 seasons and scored 880 runs, and there's no one around. So I kind of want Rajat Patidar and Dinesh Karthik to just move up the rank somewhere.
Okay. So this sums up the 16 years, pretty much well explained. Rohan, I'll start with you in a short prediction note. Do you expect RCB to make it to the playoffs?
See, the heart wants definitely yes, man. So I feel it will be 50-50, honestly. But trusting the batting talents that we have, I think we can get into the playoff.
So out of 10, do you give a 5 out of 10?
I'll be more like a 7 on 10, I feel, because of the batting might. It's just because of the spinners that as the tournament progresses, we know the pitches can get drier and low and slow at times, depending on certain venues that we may play. I think that may get exposed as pretty much badly, or else on true pitches like a Wankhede or Mohali and Mullanpur now. I think those kind of pitches will just be up our allies to come good. Jaipur also.
Okay, and coming to you, Utsav, short prediction. Do you expect the same? Do you expect
RCB definitely we'll be into the playoffs. Like an RCB fan has to be optimistic every single year. Otherwise, things might not be very rosy and daisy for us.
And are you going up the scoring rate as well? He gave a 7 out of 10. What's yours?
Yeah, I'll be very optimistic. I'll give them an 8.5 out of 10. I'll remove the 1.5 because of the spin attack. Apart from that, there are match winners in there.
Absolutely, 100% agreed. And talking about match winners, here is the predicted playing 11 for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Here's my one, which is Virat Kohli and Faf Du Plessis are my openers. Rajat Patidar at 3, Glenn Maxwell at 4, Cameron Green at 5, Dinesh Karthik at 6, Mayank Dagar is my number 7, Karan Sharma at 8, Lockie Ferguson, Mohammad Siraj and Akashdeep are my 3 pacers with Maipal Lamrod as my impact player. I'll start with Utsav for you. Any changes in this playing 11 for you?
Only the batting order. Maybe I'd like to have Cameron Green at 4 because Glenn Maxwell can adapt at 5, but Cameron Green had 100 for MI at number 3, but we cannot play him at number 3 because of
Yeah.
party there. Number 4, I think, is the next best option. Yeah. Apart from that, Lockie Ferguson is in red hot form, so I would like to have him in the playing 11 as well. Yeah, everything else is pretty much sorted.
Okay, and Ron, for you, any changes?
Yeah, I think maybe instead of a Karan Sharma, I look at someone like Vaishak Vijay Kumar. I think give you that bit of a batting also, as well as that Slogger was bowling that required. Because other spinners, I think like your Maxwell can chip in, Cam Green can chip in with your bowling also. I think that's how the 20 overs may taken care. As Utsav rightly said, maybe to start with, I'm not sure, but definitely as the tournament progresses, Cam Green at number 3 is what I'll be looking at.
Okay, so this is summing up the predicted playing 11 as well, and that concludes the show. Thank you so much, both of you. Thank you, Utsav, for the first time. It was wonderful having you. Thank you, Rohan, as always. I'm very much hopeful that Royal Challengers Bangalore will get a better season and make it up amongst the rank. Thank you to all the viewers who have been watching this one. It is RCB that is done and dusted for the IPL 2024 preview as well. Thank you so much, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Till then, thank you so much, and bye bye.
Thank you.